And she just had terrible taste in men. But he was a good provider. At least in that regard, he wasn't a failure. But when it came to raising kids who were emotionally, physically, and psychologically whole, no. He loved his grandparents because that's the only nurturing he got, besides his loving mother and grandparents. And these are the kind of environments my parents came from. And so disappointing. So they thought they would create an environment that was entirely different. And boy, did they. My parents basically created an environment that was so textbook loving, but there was no depth. No one ever asked anyone, are you okay? How is your mental health? I mean, I remember my parents saying that they loved me or loved my siblings, but I always got the feeling they only loved me because they loved what they thought I was, or they loved the person they imagined I was. If they knew the real me, my parents would disown me, at least emotionally. And I grew up in a house that was so toxic and dysfunctional. You couldn't ask your parents simple questions about adolescence, puberty, sex, dating, adult questions like, how do you load a dryer? How do you cook an egg? My parents did not teach me how to do laundry. And I'm a terrible cook because I helped my mother stir and puree and cut things, but I never learned how to cook. Nobody ever taught me how to cook. I learned because who else would teach me? I had to teach myself how to rip songs and put it on an MP3 player back in 2011. Because 3 years I waited. Nobody taught me, even though I asked and asked and asked. This is the environment I was raised in. And my mother can't even take phone calls from my aunts, her sisters, because there's so much toxic feelings between them, where my mother didn't measure up, my mother didn't visit enough, my mother didn't go to a funeral because she had 3 kids under 7 that could not stay by themselves. And my mother is very codependent on my father. There was a time she couldn't even pump gas or change a tire. That's how codependent. And she does not have a good relationship with her siblings. I don't think she has the capability of having a healthy relationship with anyone. I remember my parents argue a lot. Usually anywhere from when I was 10 to 25. Just arguing. And nothing ever got resolved. If my father